Let's talk about 2023 goals and what I've learned from 2022 that I want to pull forward into 2023 and what you can expect from me on this channel.
Has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time.
All right, let's get into 2023. Let me open up this fancy schmancy new bullet journal I have. Usually I only am fancy on the first few pages and then it just kind of devolves into a regular notebook. I'm not a fancy person here. In fact, let me just prove it. These are my pajama pants that I have going on under the dress. So this is like a no pressure bullet journal life situation here, okay? Like I just have fun with it when I feel like it, and then otherwise I don't worry about it and it becomes like your typical to-do list type stuff. But I do have my writing trackers and regular calendars in here. I'll put a little flip through here to show you kind of how I started the setup this year. I wanted to have a page for goals. It's very important to me. And there's a few other cute pages where I just like to design things that help me. A lot of things are very simple, little trackers here. This is for social media, and specifically I want to start tracking TikTok ideas so I can get smarter about that. Then I have YouTube tracking as well and some ideas there. Reading log, very simple. Coloring sheet, when I meet these goals I get to color them in as I go. A place for some bright ideas. This actually helps me to not jump on a shiny new idea, but I write it down so I don't lose it, and then I keep focusing on what I'm doing in the moment. Just your typical calendar pages, which I haven't filled out yet, and a writing tracker for I'm going to start drafting book 3 in the Queen's Rise series this coming month in January. And then here we have what I want to talk about next. So this is a mini version of what is actually on my wall right here. And that is a publishing calendar. And the reason that I do it all on sticky notes like this is actually because a lot of times things move. And so I used to like write it down and set it in stone, and then I was constantly scribbling it out and getting frustrated and like it looked messy. So I started putting it on sticky notes so that I can just easily go, you know what, this is not gonna happen this month. I'm just gonna pick it up, move it over to the next month. But the nice thing is, after I've kind of played with these, moved them around, if I have like 10 stickies in January, I can be like, you know what, that doesn't seem feasible, so I'll move them down until it seems more possible. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take each section of to-dos here, like this is quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, and 4, and I'll go back to my Q1 page and I'll fill in those goals here, and then I can look at a glance and see what do I have going on each quarter. And so these have been very helpful to me. And then you might think this is overkill. Let me know if you're a planner and you're like, yes, this is my stuff. Or if you're like, whoa, this is overwhelming. That's fine. Either way, this is what works for me. After I get my quarter filled out, when I fill in everything from that release calendar page, then I will go over to my January calendar, which again, I'm waiting on stickers, so I haven't finished setting this up yet, but this will be my January calendar, and I'll put in my to-dos on the side specifically for that month, and then I'll just get super, super focused, and I will actually get even more detailed and create on a blank page a weekly to-do list and even often daily to-do list. So I just like to get that really big picture and then work my way down until I have what am I focusing on today. I hope that makes sense. But now let's get into the goals, because I really wanted to share what I have planned for 2023 and what you can expect from me specifically, both here on YouTube and just in general. So let's get into it. Number 1, I want to publish The Secret Shadow, and this does not have a cover reveal yet. It will be revealed in March, and then I've actually set a release date for June 20th. This is kind of jumping the gun on YouTube here a little bit, but what I want to do is kind of vlog that entire process from start to to finish, because I realized when I looked back at the Mama Writer series and those videos that this was the book that I was drafting at that time. So I think it would be really cool. And a few of you said this when I asked what kind of videos you wanted going into 2023. You were like, I want to see the full process from start to finish of creating a book. That gets me really excited. I'm all for that. So I don't know if we need to rename this series. It was writing a book with a baby, but I was kind of like giggling to myself because I was like, that sounds like I'm writing a book about a baby. So anyway, I don't know what to call it just yet, but I'm going to keep adding videos as I go. I want to share the editing process and vlog, sending it to critique partners and beta readers and everything about that book. And I want to share the full experience with you guys, I think. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, because it could be intense, but I think it'd be really fun. And then of course, I'm also going to be publishing The Secret Curse, and that's book 3 in this series, and I'm actually going to be kind of going back and forth. So if you look at my publishing calendar here, all of the blue stuff is book 2, and then the pink, the hot pink here, is book 3. So you can see I kind of go back and forth, and then the yellow is when I have time for other projects, basically. But it's going to be a lot of working on both books, not at the same time, because I can't do that. I'm not good at that. But like when book 2 goes to betas, like it just went today. I just sent it to my beta readers today. Now tomorrow when January starts, I'm going to be focusing on book 3, and I'm going to kind of go back and forth like that. So I don't have a publishing date for that book yet, but I would love for it to be at least within 2023 and potentially sooner rather than later. We'll see. I apologize if I sound super sick. I feel like I'm sounding very plugged up, but thank you for bearing with me. Number 3 is to put the Omnibus, which is, I think, a fancy word for a compilation of books. In this case, the compilation of the Queen's Rise series, those 3 books all together. I'm going to create an omnibus of that. I think it's going to be literally called The Queen's Rise, after the series title, because I love that title. But I want to put that on pre-order. So I don't think, at least at this pace that I'm going right now, I don't think that it will be published in 2023. I think that's probably going to be a 2024 book, but that's okay. And I want to be okay with that. And I want to start, instead of seeing myself as slow, I want to start seeing myself as I am setting myself up for success in the future. I am giving myself more time to get these books done, but that also helps me to essentially get ahead, so that I'm not just like the moment I finish a book, I just put it out there. Instead, it's like I finished this book and I'm holding it back so that I can market it really well. And then while I'm marketing it, I'm working on the next book, so that once this book comes out, now I'm working my way towards marketing that, but it's already done, and I published that, and then I'm working on the, like, you get the idea. I'm kind of like always ahead. If I had to pick a word for 2023, it would be either get ahead or focused. And I realized that I already used the word focused in past years, and I think I used the word get ahead in past years as well. Let's change it to laser focused. Anyway, my 4th goal is to write Invisible Souls. I put finally because seriously, I started this book in 2020. I have restarted it 2 or 3 times since then, and it's just never been the right time, but I feel like I'm ready for it now. I re-outlined the whole thing. I'm super excited about it, but I'm just trying to make myself focus on the 3 books in the Queen's Rise series before I let myself go to that. In case you're curious, I actually put it right here. So I just sent my book to beta readers, and now the hot pink is book 3. So I'm going to be focusing on writing it, a little bit of editing, sending that to my critique partner, Bethany, and then I get to let myself brainstorm Invisible Souls. And then as you can see, this is supposed to be in order. So then I need to go back to book 2 if my beta readers have given me feedback. February needs to be focused on first addressing that feedback and getting that book done and sending it to my other critique partner, Jesse Elliott. Then, and only then, when I've gotten to that place where my book is out with readers, can I let myself write the first full draft of Invisible Souls. And gosh, I can't wait. Oh, I just messed that up. I also want to get a BookBub for The Secret Gift. So again, if you don't know about BookBub, I will link that video below, but I've done that for The Stolen Kingdom, and I want to do a BookBub for The Secret Gift for the first time. And I don't know when that's going to be. Those are really, really, really good for bringing in brand new readers that are outside of my circle. So I've done my darndest to promote this book to as many people as possible within my circle, but at some point I have to do things that will expand beyond my own personal reach. And so BookBub and other promo and deal site type newsletters are the way to do that. that. Number 6, I want to read at least 50 books again this year. So I'm going to set up my Goodreads challenge just like last year. It's basically a book a week, although I don't actually read that way. I tend to binge read like 3 or 4 books in 1 week and then go a few weeks without reading and then binge read again. But whatever works, right? Number 7 is to learn how to design book covers, and this one is a little bit, I don't know how I'm gonna do with that. It sounds really overwhelming, but at the same time it would save me a lot of money if I could develop the skill and understanding to know how to use Photoshop and understand what makes a good book cover and what makes a cover sell. I would like to do that. I just don't know if I have the bandwidth for it. So at the very least, I want to learn typography and be able to do the typography for that omnibus that I mentioned with the character art. Oh, did I just give that away for real? I think I did. Yeah, I think I definitely gave that one away now, but that's cool. If you're watching, if you're here supporting me, then you get to know fun behind the scenes stuff like that. After that, I just have some personal goals, like one that I'll share here with you is I really want to take a vacation, a real vacation. I think one other one that I wanted to share is YouTube. Originally I wanted to make a goal of like a numbers goal, like good, better, best. I want to get to 50,000 subscribers. That's the good goal. 75,000 is better, 100,000 is the best. And while I would absolutely love to do that, I don't have any control over it. So instead I changed that goal to 52 YouTube videos, because that's something I can control. That's something where I can be like, I can make 1 video a week. That's my goal. And I mean, if they're good videos, it should naturally lead to more subscribers, because I would hope that you guys enjoy them enough to subscribe. But I'm trying to get away from those numbers goals that I actually have zero control over and do more what they call SMART goals, the specific, measurable, attainable, I'll put it on the screen here. I can't remember the rest. I just want to make the kind of goals where I can actually take action steps and get to them. If I put in the time and the effort, I can make them happen. Not stuff that depends on other people. You know what I mean? Those are more like dreams and hopes and wishes that are awesome. Not saying I don't have them. I just like, when it comes to goals, I want it to be something where I can take action. Okay, so now let's talk about what you guys can expect from me in 2023, and specifically on this YouTube channel, what I'm getting excited about. I did a community post here on YouTube where I asked you guys, well, first of all, I said, what kind of videos do you want to see from me in 2023? And please let me know in the comments if you didn't comment on this already. But the funny thing is, let me just pause here and say the overwhelming feedback from you guys kind of surprised me, was that you wanted more vlogs. And I was like very flattered, because I feel like I'm still learning how to do vlogs, but I really enjoy doing them and I'm more than happy to do that. But coming back to this post, I said, in case you're curious, I have 2 focuses for my plan for 2023. I want to treat YouTube more like a fun TV show with seasons and episodes that are all relevant to each other, and also take a break between seasons, because I feel like a lot of YouTubers just keep going and going and going and going, and it's really something that leads to burnout. Like creatively, we need breaks. So both with my books and with my YouTube channel, I actually plan to take very intentional breaks this year. But then also I am kind of bored, honestly, of making how-to videos. Not that they aren't helpful, and I will probably still do them, but I want to do more. I just want to make videos that are so intriguing that you feel like I have to click to find out what happens, and I just want to enjoy the storytelling aspect of YouTube. I really want to hone in on like making videos where there's a story from start to finish and you just enjoy the whole viewing experience. And I also want to make them on topics that you like, I have to watch this, I have to know what's going to happen. Like, oh my gosh, I had this crazy like harebrained idea. I wanted to literally write a book with you guys. Like I would just show up and you would tell me what to put in the story and I would write it. And I'd be like, okay, who comes in next? Okay, so-and-so character, let's make it happen. But I kind of got talked out of that. My husband was like, that's crazy. And I have actually twice now started a video that was like, let's experiment with TikTok and see if it sells books, because that's what I want to know. But I kept being like, I totally fell off the posting schedule almost immediately, and I didn't have time to do it. So that video got trashed. But like, those are the kind of things that I want to do. I want to do videos where it's like, if I were you guys, I would want to watch it and I would want to know the answer. Like the type of content where it's like, I really want to know what is in this video. So if you have requests for me, let me know down below. But that's kind of my overall goal and where I'm coming at YouTube in 2023. If I'm doing vlogs, I want them to still be helpful and be motivating, especially. Like, I personally love writing vlogs because they motivate me to want to write. So I think there is actually a lot of value in that. Okay, that just said my memory card was full. So apparently I've been talking too much and I need to just call this video good here. But just to summarize, 2022 was surprisingly productive, being that it was my first year as a writing mama. But I just feel like I can do so much more going into 2023 now that I feel like I have my feet under me, so to speak. And I also feel like the biggest thing that I've learned is to just focus on one thing at a time, because I don't have a lot of time anymore. But if I get really, really focused, really one-track minded, I don't let those shiny ideas distract me. I don't let what other people are doing distract me. You know, like even with TikTok, like I wanted to do TikTok, but it was too much of a distraction. And I was like, I gotta do the books. I gotta get this book out. That has been my main theme of what has helped me continue to be productive and meet my goals in 2022. So I just want to like lean into that in 2023 and get better at being focused. And some specific measurable ways, because right, SMART goals, that I'm going to do that is I kind of want to make each week kind of themed. So the first week of every month, I think I want to try this. We'll see how it goes. I want to try making that a YouTube focused week, and I want to film all 4 videos for the month, maybe 5, get them all recorded, at least a couple of them edited, if not all of them, and just basically have YouTube done for the month, and then focus the other 3 weeks on the books and make some real serious progress there, because I got some big goals, you guys. I think there was a total of, let's see, hold on, there's writing and publishing The Secret Shadow and The Secret Curse. There's putting together the Omnibus, although that's not really the writing, that's just the superficial bind up of the 3. And then I also want to write Invisible Souls, and I don't have this in my New Year's goals because it's sort of a like, this is a bonus thing. I would love for it to happen, but I'm not going to make it a goal. But I also want to finally put together that nonfiction book about self-publishing, kind of 101, everything that I've put in that course that I told you guys about. I've had it on my to-do list to turn that into a book for over a year now. And I want to make it happen potentially this coming year in 2023, if possible, or at least make some progress on it and get that ready and set up kind of in the queue for 2024. So that honestly, 2024 is going to look really big. It's going to look like I'm just publishing all these books, but really I'm setting them up in 2023 and I've just got some big dreams. So here's to us making this happen. Like an empty coffee cup. You ready? Let's cheers. You got this? Here's to you making your goals and me making mine. I hope you have an amazing, amazing 2023. We've got this.
Then all